So good morning, everyone. My name is Natalia. I'm a Program Partnership Manager in IntelliCAD Technology Consortium, and today I'm proud to present latest versions of IntelliCAD, IntelliCAD 9.1 and IntelliCAD 9.2. During the past 12 months, the IntelliCAD team managed to launch 3 releases, and during the next 4 months, we are planning to launch 2 more, Maintenance Release 9.2a and a major release IntelliCAD 10. So you can see that this year was pretty busy for us. So let's start with IntelliCAD 9.1, released March 25, 2019. This major release includes many improvements in most areas. Here is the list of most important improvements for performance. First one is refactored fluid fill hatch algorithm. Second one is performance improvements when snapping to PDF files, block with many nested entities, and point clouds. Now external reference files open faster, and performance when selecting by window was improved too. Also, here is the list of important fixes done to enable work with different files and formats. Very important addition is the ability to add a digital signature to a drawing. My colleague Sergey Gribov will cover this topic completely, demonstrating how to use this amazing feature. For versions of IntelliCAD that open, save, and edit DGN files in their natural format, users can now work with solids, hatches, align dimensions, fill mode, and more. For versions of IntelliCAD that work with BIM files, attach version 2019 RVT RFA files. And now it's time for a demonstration of IntelliCAD 9.1 general features. And I would like to start with the start page, where you can open existing files, have an access to a list of recent documents, and the ability to send a feedback. Tips of the day are now located on the start page, where you can easily navigate through them. To create a new DGN or DWG drawing, you can use a template or create an entirely new drawing. Let's create one. You can turn off start page using start mode system variable. You can return back to start page using go to start command or click the application button and select the start page item. Also, start page is completely customizable, so you can add your own links. You can find instructions on IntelliCAD Wiki. Also, the feature is set up as a component in Visual Studio, so it can be completely disabled if you want to. Next, I would like to show selection grips functionality in IntelliCAD 9.1. Selection grips are special grips used for in-place editing of a single entity or group of entities. To activate selection grips, set sketch mode system variable and set it to 2, or use drawing settings dialog box and grips, and just check enable selection grips checkbox. You also can disable entity grips and check an enabled entity grips checkbox. So now when selection grips are enabled, we can select entity or several entities and see how it works. So in addition to the entity grips, there is a bounding box shown around the selected entities. Selection grip can move, rotate, or uniformly scale entities in the bounded box. Non-uniform scale is also available for single or multiple blocks, just like this. You also can use polar tracking for selection grips. Just set the polar angle increment and see how it works. Okay. Also, selection grips are available in DGN mode. And now let's move to new commands. IntelliCAD 9.1 has several additions in Draw 3D tab. I would like to open this file and First command I would like to show you is convert to mesh. It converts 3D. Let me select everything I have here so it will be more interesting. So, convert to mesh command converts 3D solids, 3D meshes, 3D faces, polyface and polygon meshes, regions and closed polylines to mesh entities. So here how it works. Let's select all of them, and you can see that they all meshes now. Let me expand it a little. Second command is convert to surface. It converts different types of entities to 3D surfaces. So it's pretty easy. Here they are. One more option was added in 3D ribbon tab, two more, sorry, is show edges and hide edges. They do exactly what they said, they hiding and showing edges. It's extremely helpful when you're working with entities that all consist of hidden edges. Here we are, and to show edges, here we are. Let's move further. And I would like to take a look at blocks. So double click on block in IntelliCAD 9.1, open Edit Block Definition dialog box, where you can select block to be added, and then actually make some changes. Let's say change color of this part. You can select different blocks for editing using Block Editor button. And you can save your changes with the original name or with a new name. Save an original and close it. Also, the Edit Block Definition dialog box is available through the command line, Command Be Edit, or from the ribbon from home. Here. Here's the button. The next two commands are available only on Layout tab. So here they are. First one is they are from Express Tools. First one is List Viewport Scale. What it does is reports the scale of a selected viewport. So all you have to do is to push that button and select the viewport. So, and here you have a report. And the second one is Synchronize Viewports. So this command synchronizes multiple viewports. And In IntelliCAD 9.1, the BIM Special Interest Group now supports several new AC entity types. Steels of different shapes and types, stairs, no, better from here, and railings that could be attached or detached from the stairs. I'm pretty much sure that you already noticed that some keywords are highlighted gray. That means that these keywords are clickable, and you can simply click on it to use it. So, and I want to tilt it left. So all achievements made by BIM Special Interest Group will be covered by my colleague later today, so just wait for it. It was just a brief introduction. Next several commands are very simple but very convenient. First one is Save Workspace command. It's located on Tools ribbon tab. What it does, it saves the current menu, toolbars, and ribbon visibility settings to a new or existing workspace. Gradient command is now available, and calling for Gradient tab from Hatch and Gradient dialog box. We also have a Notepad command that calls for standard Windows Notepad. File tab close command is available from the View ribbon tab. Turns off the display of file tabs at the top of the drawing area. To switch to another drawing, you can use Control Tab, or if you have lots of drawings, it's much more convenient to use Show Window menu button. To switch it on, you can use File Tabs button or from the ribbon, or File Tab command. Also, Close All Other command is available in IntelliCAD 9.2, and it closes all opening drawings except the current one. So for all unsaved drawings, a message box will appear so you can save your messages and you're not going to lose anything. Using the clean screen toggle in the status bar, you can hide all the user interface items, so only model and layout tabs, the menu bar, and the status bar are displayed on the screen. To reverse it, use the toggle again or clean screen off command. Also, clean screen state system variable is available to report if clean screen is on or off. Talking about system variables, the new System Variable Manager dialog box is available for viewing, editing, and monitoring system variables. It's available on the Tools ribbon tab, just right here, or Sysvar Monitor command. What I like about this dialog that it can easily filter all system variables related to a particular theme. For example, if I'm typing hatch in the filter field, I will get all system variables dealing with hatch. So that's very handy. This dialog contains two parts. The left part is a list of all system variables with all the related information, and the right part contains a list of reactors. To add a reactor, you have to select System Variable and press Add Reactor button. A little icon appears next to System Variable name to indicate that reactor is created. So now let's see how it works. Orbit mode, let's change it to, and we got this little balloon message. We can open monitor again. Oh, and the same report is available in the command line. If this report is enough and you don't need that little bubble, you can turn it off from System Variable Manager settings dialog. To move the reactor, just select it and press Remove Reactor button. Several changes in the user interface have been made in IntelliCAD 9.1. CUI command is now replaces Customize. And Customize command is now activates a Customize Tool Palettes dialog box. And the new Reset UI command resets the current customization to the default state. Also, several additions are available in the Print dialog box. First one, new DWG to PDF PC3 option was added to the list of printers, and several new paper sizes are available now to PDF and raster output sizes. Let's see where they are. And now you can publish to PDF too. So this is all I have for IntelliCAD 9.1. Let's move to IntelliCAD 9.2. IntelliCAD 9.2 is the most recent release, and it was launched on August 9th, 2019. So you can see that the time gap between IntelliCAD 9.1 and IntelliCAD 9.2 was about 4 months. It's because we were forced to refactor our code to remove fibers, as they are no longer properly supported by Microsoft. This issue has been causing many CLR crashes. Also, memory consumption when working with raster images or using IntelliCAD Explorer for blocks was improved. List of most important improvements for different files and formats, including support of import and export for STEP and IGS file formats. I will cover this topic later in my live demonstration. And for versions of IntelliCAD that open, save, and edit DJN files in their native format, the supported command set continues to grow. And now it's time for IntelliCAD 9.2 demonstration. I would like to start with selection cycling. This new feature will be very useful when working with complicated drawings. I have a drawing with lots of entities. Most of them are very close together, some of them even located on top of each other, which makes selection complicated. And I will show you how the selection cycling feature can help you here. There are 3 forms of selection cycling, and all of them are available from the Selection Cycling tab in Options dialog box. So here it is, and this is options we have. Multi-click to cycle through overlapping entities gives you a chance to, so when it's, it's better to turn on properties pane. So when it's activating, all you have to do is to click on the area you think your necessary entity is and keep clicking until necessary entity is selected. So it looks like it's not a very good area. The most interesting option is the display selection cycling list. Let's get back to options dialog. And activated. When it's activated, a selection list displays. Let's find something more crowdy. Yeah, here it is. When activated, a selection list displays after clicking somewhere close to where you think the necessary entity located. In this list, you can see all of the entities located under the pick box. Every line of this list contains the entity type and its color. When you move up and down the list, the selected entity is highlighted, so you don't have to guess which entity you're selecting. I found selection cycling very handy when working with hatches because it's always hard to select the boundary. Also, selection cycling is very useful when using editing commands. And one more selection method was added in IntelliCAD 9.1, selection filter pane. You can activate it using cell filter command or Ctrl+2 hotkeys. It consists of several tabs that list properties of entities in the current drawing: layer, color, entity type, and line type. Double-click a specific property to turn on or off the related filter for the current selection. For example, if I want to select all yellow circles on layer 1 with the dashed line type, I just turn all of these filters on and see the result. So I want layer 1, all yellow, I need circles, and I want them to be dashed. Here's the result. You can use clear button to turn off all the filters on all tabs. Next feature will be covered completely by my colleague, but I can't help to show you just a little teaser of section and elevation line commands. They are available in IntelliCAD 9.2 now, and using these two commands, you can create a section or elevation view of any 3D drawing. So what I want to do is to make it flat. So here's the building I would like to make a section and elevation for. So and to start working with elevation line, that's fine. You basically work with the normal line, picking a start and end point, and then specifying insertion point for 2D result over here, and one more this way. And section line command, let's do the same. Let's make it flat. Section line command creates a polyline instead of a line, allowing you to create complex section lines. Let me show you real quick. And insertion point. So both section and elevation lines have a number of grips that adjusting it, you can change the result of your section. But this feature will be fully covered by Mikhail Kostenko later this afternoon. So this was just a brief teaser. Section and elevation line commands are achievement of BIM Special Interest Group, and I want to mention more additions from this team. We have 2D and 3D wood shapes of different types and formats, and we have steel studs. I will show you just one very briefly. And let's move it. So this is how simple and amazing it is. IntelliCAD 9.2 now supports import and export for STEP and IGS file formats, as I already mentioned. To export ACES objects from the current drawing to new STEP file, use the STEP export command or buttons in application button. You can use STEP, STP, and STE file formats. But the most important part is step import command. Let me demonstrate it how. So all you have to do is to call step export command or use application button, select a necessary step file, and click on the balloon. Let me make it look nicer over here, and let's rotate it a little. So this is how amazing it is. So talking about ACES-based commands, the thicken command is now available in IntelliCAD 9.2, so you can convert a surface into a 3D solid with a specified thickness. I have a pretty good model here. So what I want to do is thicken is available from the Draw 3D ribbon tab, and I'm selecting model, and here specifying thickness, and here it is. Let's move it a little. Amazing. Next is the external reference change notification. Every time you open a drawing with external references, IntelliCAD updates them automatically. Now you can use the new XREF Notify system variable to get notifications in the event log every time an external reference drawing has been changed. So let's use new drawing and add an XREF here. For example, this one, pretty easy. So here it is. Now what I want to do is to open origin file and change it. For example, I can remove this window. Now I want to close it, save the changes, and now to see the changes I have to press reload button. Here they are. So if you don't need external reference change notification anymore, just set XREF Notify system variable to 0. Let's move to the new overkill command. It sounds very scary, but it's really nice tool. What it does is delete duplicate entities. If you have polylines with too many vertices, overlapping objects, or your drawing is just too heavy and you want to clean it up, you will enjoy working with overkill. What I have here is the drawing with me, select everything, with 751 line segments. And what I want to do is to call overkill command. Make some changes here and see the result. So overkill command deletes 686 line segments, and the remaining line segments were converted into a single polyline with arcs. So the drawing was reduced from 751 individual lines into a single polyline with only 100-something vertices. Also note that this feature can be run from the command line through system variable settings. We are also considering adding an API for this functionality. Next feature is auto-publish command. So your auto-publish command publishes drawings to DWF, DWFX, or PDF files formats automatically to a specified location. In the auto-publish options dialog, you can specify when, where, and what to publish. Select which file format the DWG file should be published to, and etc. And use system variable automatic pub turns on and off automatic publishing to DWF PDF files when a drawing is saved or closed. So let's review additions to existing functionality. And first one is the start page. So now we have two options for viewing recent documents with and without preview. And skip start page next time button was added. One more addition in UI is the new Quick UI command. Let me open any drawing. Quick UI. quick CUI, I'm so sorry. Quick CUI that allows you to drag and drop new commands directly to the tool palette. New grips for polygons and rectangles were added to IntelliCAD 9.2. I have a special file for it. So these new grips are activated with previously available grips by selecting, for example, a rectangle. Using the new grips, you can move, rotate, change length, width, and length and width at the same time. All of these changes are reflected. So all of these changes are reflected in new rectangle shape part in Properties pane. Grips for polygons looks very similar, but they are more advanced. Moving grip is the same, but there are two rotation grips. One rotating the polygon from the midpoint of segment, inscribed angle, and one from the endpoint of a segment, circumscribed angle. Also, there are two grips to change a circumscribed radius at the segment endpoint and inscribed radius middle segment point. All of these attributes are available through the Properties pane too. Let's review new grips for a square. It's a very special entity that combines grips and properties for both rectangles and polygon. Two new grips from the third row allow you to stretch a square. Two rotating grips work the same way as for polygons, and when you use grips to individually change the width and length, the square is turned into rectangle and loses extra polygon, square, grips, and properties. So now it's a rectangle, and it's only have one additional property. New grips are also available for a break line. Now you can change break line length, move a break line symbol left and right, and stretch it. While these are specific grips for rectangles, polygons, and break line shapes, you can still use base polyline grips as well. If you use a base polyline grip to change the shape, then it's only be polyline moving forward, and you will lose the shape-specific grips and properties. Let's look at this. So now it's gone. Very few additions I want to mention. First one is undo. New drop-down lists with recent commands and actions are available now for undo and redo buttons on the quick access toolbar, with the ability to undo, redo multiple commands. Also, a new menu was added to the Drawing tab, and it's available through the right click on the tab access, and you have this menu. My favorites are copy full of a file path and open file location. So I will show you that. So this is the real path of that file. Now you can specify whether the block editor dialog should or shouldn't be opened with a double click by setting the new block editor lock system variable. When it's set to 1, the block editor dialog is not allowed, and double clicking on a block will open the properties pane. The very last addition I would like to mention is related to mText. The first addition is the support of Semitic languages. So that's fully supported, and also now you can use different symbols during list definition. For example, list like, let's get back to English, like this or like this, or even like this are available now. So this is all I have for both IntelliCAD 9.1 and 9.2, and while I have your attention, I want to take a minute and tell you about our marketing achievements during this year. First one is regularly updated YouTube channel, where we post public informational videos for product releases, and in addition to that, overview of each major feature added. Videos have voice-over demonstration to help you learn how to use new features. Second, a much-needed update for the IntelliCAD portal. Just making sure that you all know we have an internal member area at portal.intellicad.org. It was migrated from Metadot to Drupal, which gave us opportunity to make the portal more secure and make many new additions like member block with subscription that is about to launch, easier navigation, and a new homepage. Third, on the start page of IntelliCAD 10, we have added a social media area with links to news, videos, and related work materials. This will help users to stay up to speed on latest events from members and developers. I want to remind you that we would love to hear from you when you ship your product, and we can post your press releases on our public website. Email them to me or Allison, and we will get them on our public blog. And if you have an interesting article that you would like us to publish too, just let us know. Please help us to help you to let the world know about your product. In addition, we would like to add 2 or 3 new success stories this year to our public website, so please let me know if you're interested in adding your company to the list of success stories. So that's all I have for now. Please ask your questions, and thank you for your attention.